Hey yo, what's up duds? I'm Solstice Fox, and for this video I, will speculate and theorize the personalities and characteristics of each Danganronpa Kill Cure cast. But for today, we'll be looking at the first half of the cast, who in my opinion stand out the most so far. I will try and discover each student's personality without character descriptions provided by the creators and extreme lack of character screen time in the videos made present. Some information about the cast has already been released. I will uncover more about each student personally, expanding what I think they will become and their past. I'll be borrowing a few ideas made in the past and use each student's names as collateral indications of their personalities. With the addition of the already given information, such as their ultimate talents and appearance, I will convolute the most research-based speculation on Moboxer's Danganronpa Kill Cure video using as little references as possible. Without further delay, let's get started, shall we? Our first student will have to be Hiroki Mizuki, the ultimate apprentice. It's fairly easy to tell that Hiroki will be the main protagonist of this story based on the trailer. It's interesting to have a protagonist that will have a dispersed talent, just like Kaede. Instead of ultimate luck or the ultimate question mark, Hiroki will possess a talent that will help us look back into his past early on in the plot. Apprentices are like understudies or paid interns that work under a higher authority. Most cases include new workers spectating their fellow senior workers on how to do the job. I could kind of see the backstory Hiroki will have based on this, and I believe he will lack confidence and think of himself as inferior to his classmates, since apprentices tend to be very timid and insecure about their actions, which will be a good growing arc for protagonists going through a killing game. Next, we'll address the meaning of his name. Hiroki has the subset meaning of the prosperous second hope, and Mizuki meaning feathered hope. It's interesting that the protag has both his first and last name ending in ki, which in Japanese means hope. And that in itself proves how much of an impact Hiroki will place on the group. For the meanings of second, it might refer to the possible arc Hiroki might attain after the sudden despair in events that will happen during the killing game that will destroy his hopes of surviving with his classmates. The feathered meaning backs this up by symbolizing ascension to another plane. In other words, moving on from a previous time. Overall, I'm really looking forward to seeing this character in action. His appearance resembles a mix of every protagonist from the Danganronpa franchise, mixing in Makoto, Hajime, and Kaede into one character. Although I did notice an emblem on his jacket, which might be just for show, or may play an important role in the future. Overall, I can't wait to see what they have in store for Hiroki. Next up, we have Hideo Sacco, the ultimate theorist. Just with the talent Hideo possesses indicates how important of a role she will play in the story. Although theorists have the tendency to formulate a theory based on very minuscule facts and experience, they still have the minds to quickly analyze any given situation, which I can see to be proven very useful in investigation or trial. She already gives off a Kirigiri vibe based on her sprites, but I can see her replacing Hiroki as the silent one in the group. As for her name, Hide in Japanese means excellent, and Osako could mean cherry blossom child. Her appearance does have the color palette of a cherry blossom. If you've been to Japan, cherry blossom trees strive in the most lively of cities and towns. They are basically the tree resemblance of Japan, which could make Hide have a past about beauty that could have led her to becoming the ultimate theorist. But besides Hiroki, Hide looks the most normal of the group by wearing common school clothes and a handbag that makes her look like a regular high school student. I do think she will be the best girl for this series, since she gives a mixed resemblance of Chiaki, Kirigiri, and Shuichi, who were all in the past the best. She does have what it takes to survive, so I'm leaving it at that for now. Up next is Bonzo Shibui, ultimate stuntman. Based on his appearance alone from the sprites, Bonzo does not look like a stuntman, meaning his personality will definitely make up for his appearance. There are vibes that make him seem like he'll be a sweetheart and meteor to the group, but I may feel something else. The name Bonzo itself means real love, with Shibui pertaining to shi meaning poem and bue, which closely means picture. Basically, I see him as a romantic entity that'll try and swoon the girls in the class. Other than that, there's not much to say about him. He does get a little screen time in the trailer. He says phrases like bro and monkey man, which may entail his relaxed and laid back side to him. This may be his undoing as I see him becoming a victim in the future. Now, the topic is Uda Kawaguchi, the ultimate epidemiologist, I think that's how you say it, or someone who studies diseases. Uda's getup confuses me a bit as she looks like a Western bellhop person. So it's hard to tell that someone who studies diseases is not in like a lab coat or hazmat suit with some coverage from potential diseases or something. I can tell from her appearance, but I have better luck with her name. Uda resembles Big is above, and Kawaguchi divides into river and mouth. Uda could refer to the atomic bombing on Japan during World War II, since the names are pretty close together, which could indicate a tragic past. And the river and mouth are ways of spreading diseases, which could entail reasons why Uda became an epidemiologist. I can infer that Uda must really love her family and friends if she's willing to take on this profession, and may be entitled to being a killer for either her own selfish reasons or for the sake of the ones she loves. Next is Toya Imahara, the ultimate Broadway dancer. I already love this character. Because of her talent, appearance, and personality, it's safe to say that Toya will be my favorite character for now. About her talent, Broadway dancers are really exciting to watch, and it does feel out of place in modern society, which would make the character even more comical. The name, in contrast, could represent her past, as Toya means constellation arrow. This is really good symbolism as the constellation for arrow is Sagitta. In the lore, it's the constellation Sagittarius's arrow, which is very swift striking, as they say. A perfect arrow, so to say. This could represent Toya's personality or her past of perfection. However, her last name Imamura means now uneven. Another symbolic reference which could infer that a once perfect arrow has now become uneven. Breaking this down, it can mean that her life was once filled with perfection and control, and will soon become a crooked arrow, which, in terms, is useless. This may happen during the kill game and cause her to lose her life. I don't know how, but it seems inevitable for favorites. Now, we'll talk about Naomi Zuma, Ultimate Architect. Through the art I saw during the trailer, Naomi seems to obtain a simplistic personality, which in terms means that she's a wildcard. I can guess that compared to others she doesn't seem Japanese, obviously. Even her last name is common only in Africa, so we can assume that her family origins reside in Africa. It would make sense for her to be in Japan though, since most infrastructural buildings are built in Japan rather than Africa. She also seems to be wearing a lot of armbands that have the same color palette as most African flags. Why is this important? Well, Naomi closely resembles the name Naomi, another commonly used African name, and it means straight up beautiful, I think. I see no symbolism for her first name, but Zuma is complicated. The closest thing I got for this is stage born on a Friday. I tried researching this, but I got nothing, but I feel like it could really be something important related to Naomi's past. If you know something, let me know in the comments, and I'll consider it into my notes. Since I don't know much about her personality, based on what I have so far, I believe she'll live through the killing game. Then we have Iki and Amici, the ultimate angler. I honestly had no idea what an angler was, didn't even know that's possible as a talent. But it's simple to put it as a fisherman. Just like how the anglerfish uses their light to reel in their food, anglers use fishing rods and bait to reel in their fish. What I find most weird about it is that usually fishermen have two hands, one for holding the rod and the other for using the reel. Iki is shown to only have one arm. The other arm seems to be cut off and covered in bandages. It's a common story for some extreme fishermen, hence those who go after very aggressive fish like sharks tend to lose their arms. It's easy to say within that Iki's past must tie him to an event where he lost his arm to a ravenous fish. Based on this, his personality may be close to Maki's, as we may see in the trailer, that he shares a sprite close to her turning her back. As both possibly share a tragic past, Iki may have a passive-aggressive personality that'll change depending on the situation, just like Maki's. I do see him becoming a killer in this series because of his name. Iki, meaning one horseman, could resemble one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, as represented in the Bible. The Mickey then means green or vegetable chronicle. Sounds weird, but putting together could piece together a wonderful motive to why Iki would become a blackant. One of the four horsemen of the apocalypse is the Black Horse, which resembles the entity of famine. As Iki seems to wear a black getup, it could be true. As for green or vegetable chronicle, chronicle means true events that occur in the past and put into a document in order of when it happened. It could resemble that throughout history, there have been multiple famines caused by the Black Horse, which would indeed eliminate most greens and vegetables. It is said a long time ago, the ocean floor was filled with such wonders. It is prophetic that famines could also mean the pollution humans have caused to destroy the wonderful nature of the seas. And Iki could see humans as these stainers to society. I would love for this to be true, and just see Iki become one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse during mid-trial. As for who he'll kill, most likely Naomi, since architecture is the most polluted talent here. I may be wrong, but I'm sticking to my beliefs that Iki will die most indefinitely. The last person I'll be talking about for today will be who I think is the most popular among the current fandom, Chikuma Konishi, the ultimate extreme couponer. Her personality is read like a book. Her appearance could easily match her personality, ditzy, entertaining, and just a bundle of likable traits. If it weren't for Toya and one other student, Chikuma would also be my favorite. I don't even need to explain her personality, most of you can figure that out on your own. What's more troubling is her name. This one honestly took the longest to figure out, as there are way more meanings to her name than I thought there would be. But the one that makes the most sense is still hard to interpret. Chikuma shares the same suffix as Monokuma, so it's simple to think that Chikuma could mean 1,000 bears, but it could also mean 1,000 sky flax. Flax is a type of plant that is grown to make textiles, and textiles are used for articles of clothing, so it could resemble Chikuma's talent for extreme couponing on clothes, and may have a past that would have to do with their appearance as a child. The Thousand Skies part could resemble the song by Clap Clap, an Italian remix group, and since flax flourished in Italy, the symbolism matches there. As for Konishi, the best meaning will have to be Small West, which could interpret towards flax again, since it was first massively produced in the Small West, which is colonial America, a small western country in the early 1600s. We can tell that clothing would be a huge indicating factor for Chikuma's past, present, and future. Will it lead to her demise? Well, if she was heavily influenced by appearances in her childhood, she may have a weak side that's prone to bullying, making her sensitive and the most likely target for murder, meaning that I assume she'll become a victim in this series. Well, duds, that's going to be it for today. I can only cram so much into one video. This is only the first half of the cast. The next half will be presented in the next video. So if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe for more content. But as you see, this is a brand new channel. I don't want other content to be involved with this channel. So if there's anything I missed in this video, do please let me know. This is my first speculation video, and there will be more in the future, so I want to custom to your demands. Just to make sure, this is not any of my works. This belongs straight to the creators. This YouTube link is in the description. And with that, I bid you duds farewell.